Hi my lovelies, how are we? I thought I would just pop on here today. I feel a little bit like Santa, if you can see the red bag. I've just been buying all my Christmas gift wrap, and I've got an amazing big wreath in there, but that's not why I came on today. I wanted to talk today. It's raining as I'm in my car, so I'll just turn off my windscreen wipers. I wanted to talk today because a lot of people are contacting me, and I'm seeing this coming through with clients, is a lot of people are very anxious and fearful of the current situation that we're in, and a lot of people are fearful for losing their jobs and are fearful for their anxiety increasing. They're fearful of what Christmas is going to bring. They're fearful of what's going to happen after Christmas. And there's just a lot of fear being driven around a lot of things, and fearful that they're not good enough, that they can't be good parents, they're not a good enough partner, they can't bring in enough money, and it's all being driven by lots and lots of different external influences. And with the current situation that we're in with lockdown, that really, and COVID, we can listen to lots of external messages which drives our fear, and we have to really get on board and control what we listen to and what external messages are coming in. We don't need to listen to the news every day if it's going to attack our anxiety and escalate our fear. But also, what I notice in my therapy and coaching practice is a lot of people are driven by quite deep fears, quite deep limiting beliefs, really. So they are fearful that they are not good enough, fearful that they can't step up to the plate for their partner, fearful that the partner is going to leave them, fearful that that they cannot quite make the grade and love them enough, that they're not worthy of love. It can drive lots of different things. I notice it with mums, that they don't feel good enough to be a good enough mum. And what tends to happen, I've noticed, is people run away from their fears. So when they're in the counselling room, coaching practice, I notice that they really don't want to talk about it. They really don't want to go there, even though they've come for me to help them. And I gently hold them by the hand and help them face their fears, really. And that's the key point of today. It's about when we are running away from our fears and we are that scared of confronting them that we run in the opposite direction. Our fears don't go away. They're still there. And I know that sounds a bit crazy, but if we ignore them, they're still going to be there. And what happens is they grow bigger and bigger, because the more that we avoid our fear, the bigger that it will grow. And the more that we'll not want to face it and avoid it, that it escalates and becomes this massive thing. And the more you run away from it, the bigger it gets. And what tends to happen is we think by ignoring it, it's just going to go away, but it doesn't. It escalates, it gets bigger. And what it causes, because it's been there a long time, it gets deeper and deeper into our unconscious, and it affects our behaviours. So we're not consciously aware of what's driving our behaviour, and what it is, it's our fears. And what it can lead to is overwhelm. So we might not be able to complete a certain task or do a certain thing because we feel so overwhelmed, and we don't know why. You might be the kind of person that can usually deliver and get things done, but for some reason you're getting overwhelmed and you'd rather do anything but the task. So you'd rather do the ironing, the hoovering, or whatever, rather than do the task that is in hand, because deep down you're fearful of it. So our fears can really drive our behaviours, but our fears are stuck in the unconsciousness. So it causes overwhelm, and then that causes procrastination. And what I usually find with clients is that they become almost grounded, they become almost stuck in that rooted in that procrastination. They can't move forward no matter what they do. And it's not the overwhelm and the procrastination, they're just symptoms really. It's their deep down fear that's really putting that block there that they can't move past. So we have it leading to overwhelm, procrastination, and then that eventually leads to depression, because it echoes that deep hidden fear, and the thoughts become into our consciousness. So we start to tell ourselves, look, I'm not that good enough, I can't even do this, told you weren't even good enough. Or we have a repeat record of, you never were good enough, you can never achieve, you can never do certain things. So what it really is about is not running away from our fears, not running away from our anxieties. What we have to do is confront them. And I know for some that is really scary. It's scary for me, and I have my own fears, I have my own demons, and I have to work through them, and I reflect on them. And I put my big girl pants on. Anybody who knows me knows to talk about my big girl pants. I don't own a set of big girl pants, by the way, but I'm putting my big girl pants on because I have to face this fear. I have to look at it and target it and unpick it and face it head on and say, okay, what is this about? And in therapy and coaching, we can really help with this, and a good psychotherapist can really help you. I work with this all the time, and it's about, I gently hold my client in that we call it holding space, and I hold them in that, and I work through them, and I walk alongside them in addressing and confronting their fears. And if you want some help in that, give me a ring. But not everybody can see a therapist, not everyone can afford a therapist or a coach, not everyone wants to face their fears. Some people are deeply embarrassed about it. But what we can do is get ourselves into a nice, warm, safe space. For me, that would look like a cup of tea and some biscuits, not alcohol. And we need to really work within and assess what is stopping this overwhelm, what is causing this overwhelm, what is causing this procrastination. They're just surface level symptoms. What's stopping me from moving forward and achieving what I want to achieve right here, right now? And you'll find that the more that you start to address and look at your fears and look at them head on, the more that your blocks will clear, and you'll be able to achieve things head on, and you'll be able to get things done and move forward in your life. And how amazing would that be? Don't let a deep-seated rooted fear prevent you from moving your life forward, especially in 2021. Come on, 2021 we've got to work at that year to be better than 2020. So have a look at what's stopping you, and dig deep and assess what is stopping you right now. What fears do you need to face? Get yourself into a safe space and journal them and write them down. Because if you face your fears, you'll become unstoppable. And how amazing is that? So I hope that's helped for today. I hope you like my hat. This is one of my favorite hats. I don't know how long I've had it, but I just love it. I'll be like Father Christmas soon with that red bag. I'll be wrapping up all my presents later. So I hope you found this useful. Drop me a little comment or DM me. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.